I'm voting for the future of my people. I don't want.
There is no future for us if you vote Trump. Then no. Dude, show me this title. Let's go get some chimichangas or something.
I'm voting for Trump because I want jobs, not welfare. I don't want to be a slave anymore.
You're gonna be a slave?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
See, he gets it, man. He understands that under Obama, jobs for blacks have actually went down. Unemployment has skyrocketed for African Americans under Obama. And all the promises Obama made, none of them being fulfilled. All these alleged shovel-ready jobs that he talked about in his campaign, none of it came to pass. And let's check out some of the other things he had to say. There's something interesting up here he had to say.
This game in their plans to undermine minorities.
I'm not trying to undermine minorities. I'm trying to break you free of democratic slavery.
You're a pawn in their scheme to hold down minorities.
I want a job. I want a future that's mine. I don't want handouts from the government.
You want equal rights for your people?
Now, what they're saying about handouts, you know, actually he has a very valid point. If you look at the American Indians, for example, there's one tribe that refused to take any government handouts, and they are actually the richest tribe out of all of them. They own the most casinos, they have the most businesses, they have the most wealth, and they refuse to take any handouts from the American government because handouts is a form of slavery. This is how I look at it, financial slavery, that is.
Do you believe Black Lives Matter? Do you believe Black Lives Matter? I haven't seen Donald Trump.
KKK going on all of these white supremacist groups are actually in support of Trump. Explain that to me. Explain that to me.
Those same groups were in support of John McCain. Those same groups were in support of pretty much any Republican.
No, they said that Donald Trump is the first candidate that he can get behind. Donald Trump is the first candidate.
You know what? Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, both of them endorsed by Robert Byrd. Went to his funeral. Robert Byrd is a grand cyclops of the KKK. Hillary Clinton spoke at his funeral and said that, oh, the Congress would never be the same without him. So I really don't care.
Now, actually, this is a very relevant point. A lot of African Americans don't know the history of the KKK and what it was actually originally used for. This might shock a few African Americans to learn that those who were first set free from slavery became Republican candidates, not Democrat candidates. Now, it might shock you to hear that, but it's actually the case. You'll not find any who are freed from slavery that became Democrat candidates because the Democrat Party was for slavery originally. It was from the South. The South is, you remember the Civil War, okay? A lot of the Democrats were in the South. It might be hard for you to hear this, but there's a guy out here on YouTube named Red Silver J who did a huge documentary on this, on the history of slavery, on the history of the KKK, how the KKK was originally used. It was not a Republican tool, okay? It'll be quite shocking for you to hear and see, and basically challenge most of what you've been taught, okay? A lot of people think for some reason racist equals Republican, but actually the true racists in some cases are probably some of these Democrats. You know, Robert Byrd was a KKK member, and he was the only KKK member in the Senate, and he was a Democrat. Well, this is something a lot of people don't know either, okay? It might be shocking for some people to hear, but it's the truth. Okay, let's see here. There's something else he had to say I wanted to point out. All right.
To violence on black people by white officers. I don't know what world you live in.
It doesn't matter when we're killing each other off so fast that the cops won't even come into our own areas where we live.
It's part of the plan.
But you say that as if there is a white on white crime, as if there is a Hispanic or Hispanic crime.
What I'm saying is we're killing our community extremely. We're killing our communities extremely.
Don't say we, because you're not our community. Don't say we, you're not with us, because we not killing our community.
Say, okay, so now he's not part of the we because he's not a Democrat. because he's supporting the enemy. So now he's no longer considered black. He's not considered part of the we because he's betrayed him. He betrayed him, right? But here's the funny part. What he's saying makes total sense. Black on black crime is massive. I don't have the statistics in front of me, but there's a lot more black on black crime than there is white on black crime, from what I understand. And what he's talking about here, he talks about Chicago. Let's see. I think he hasn't said it yet. Let's see what he has to say here.
Don't say we. No, you see us? We're here supporting. Tell that to Chicago. You can't. He's saying right across the room. That's like me going to tell it's like me going to tell a class member. That's like me telling a class member, don't hang me. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You know, like I know. It's the real world. In the real world we live in, you are like me. My skin is your.
Guy gets now. See, here's the thing. This guy's getting all emotional. It's like, you know, you're not listening to me. This is all about, you know, we've been trampled upon. And of course, obviously, there has been a lot of racism in the past. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. There was a lot of racism, whites versus blacks. But the thing is, you know, all that emotion, you need to have it correctly applied. You can't just be all emotional. This guy just gets all emotional and angry. That's not going to solve anything. You have to have your head on straight, you know, and pick the right person for office. Not someone who claims they're going to stand for you, but then they don't do anything. Like Obama, who is, by the way, from Chicago. And where is most of the black on black crime? Chicago inner city is known for having a lot of black on black crime.
So guess what? When it all boils down to it, we are the same. We're equal. I don't give a fuck how much money you have or what. At the end of the day, you are black like I am black. They give no fuck about nothing else besides that.
Neither does the other side.
What's the other side? Other side. This is Donald. You have make America great again. Donald Trump does not want to make it great again. How? He does not support Mexicans.
Now this doesn't make any sense. Why would any black person have a problem with Donald Trump's stance on illegal immigrants who are taking a lot of black jobs? This is the stuff that makes no sense. Some of these people who are talking about Mexicans, how Trump doesn't like Mexicans, especially African Americans that say this, really it doesn't make any sense for them to talk this way, because what Trump is talking about is illegal immigrants coming in and taking jobs, particularly from a certain demographic, black people. Illegal immigrants are taking black people's jobs. American black people, American African Americans, they're taking their jobs. These illegal immigrants are taking your job. Why would you be standing there defending illegal immigrants? Trump doesn't stand for Mexicans. No, he doesn't stand for illegal Mexicans who take your jobs. Why the heck would you be fighting against that? Trump is totally for you, dude. He wants to stop illegal immigrants from taking black jobs. Seriously, what don't you understand? And the Democrat Party wants to bring in as many illegal immigrants as possible and naturalize them so that they'll vote for the Democrat Party, which is not going to help blacks with jobs, especially when you have a ton of illegal immigrants come in and taking your jobs. This is what you're missing, okay?
Jews, not Muslims, not blacks, no.
Muslims are not a race. And he's just throwing blacks in there, but you really don't know what you're talking about, dude. The fact that he wants to stop illegal immigration means more jobs for black people. And Muslims are not a race. It's a religion. And Trump has no problem with Muslims. He has a problem with Muslim extremists. Illegal immigrants, Muslim extremists. Muslim extremists blow people up. Illegal immigrants take black jobs. What don't you understand? Oh my goodness.
But his own kind, the rich, not the whites. Guess what? When it all goes down, me and you.
The rich, the whites. Dude, look. Trump wants to make America work again, man. Do you want to be working at McDonald's for the rest of your life? This is what... Obama's plan is nothing, man. All you have left is these jobs that suck. Where did all the manufacturing jobs go? To China. What has Trump been talking about? Bringing back jobs, manufacturing jobs. Seriously, man, all we manufacture here is freaking burgers. That's what we manufacture in America now, is burgers. Do you want to be manufacturing burgers? Do you want to be manufacturing cars and manufacturing products? Or do you want to keep buying it from China? You see, this is where it's at, man. I don't understand why these people don't get. Okay, now we're going to watch some of the best and brightest of America talk about the presidential frontrunners.
Hey there, Joe Biggs with Infowars.com. We're at the University of Texas in Austin, home of some of the most brilliantly minded people known to man.
What's the Second Amendment again?
The right to bear arms.
Okay, yeah. Is that the gun control one?
I'm from Mexico, so I don't know.
I'm not familiar with the historical connotations of Black Friday.
I guess so.
Do you know what the Declaration of Independence is? Who is the president?
That I knew, like, wait. No, I don't know. Sorry, I'm not sure.
You know who Donald Trump is?
No.
What? What about you, man? You going to school here?
Oh my goodness, these people are supposed to be the best and brightest.
You don't know who Donald Trump is?
Is he a teacher?
Exactly how you feel. Hey, what's going on, man? Puppies or kittens?
Puppies. Puppies, for sure. Puppies, for sure.
Why puppies?
Because I'm a dog guy?
I tricked you with that puppies and kitten thing to get you in here, right?
Yeah.
If you could tell Donald Trump anything right now, what would it be?
I would say, shut up.
That's it?
Yeah.
I think he's a racist. I think he's a self-centered pig.
Go away! He's stupid. He's racist.
Stop being racist.
I love you, Donald Trump. You're the most real guy in politics right now. I feel like you're the only one I can trust. You got my vote. I followed him, and I've listened to him, and every time you see a still shot of him, it looks like he needs something in his mouth.
You. Get the out of the political campaign.
What the is wrong with you, man?
That's it?
Yeah, that's what I got.
You should be nicer to people.
He can go himself pretty much. I'm waiting for him to get assassinated, really. I hope somebody pulls the trigger on him, because we need something better than that.
Just gotta make sure I don't get shot. Donald Trump, you're the man. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, see, this is how it is, man. Trump is a racist because he's against illegal immigration. Trump is a racist because he doesn't want extremist Muslims to come in here and blow you up and rape your daughters. That's so racist. I mean, come on. This is so ridiculous. People, use your heads. This is so ridiculous. Let's see if you can ask some hard, tough questions to him now. Let's hear what they have to say.
Why is he being racist?
Because he classifies all Muslims as bad people when they're not.
Why is he racist?
Because he straight up said he doesn't want Mexicans or Hispanics to enter the country.
What, because of the wall?
Yeah.
You know there's a wall in the south part of Mexico, right?
No, I didn't know that.
I've lived with Mexicans, and they're the best people I've ever met on my planet.
You know there's a border on the south part of Mexico, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So they can have one.
They should. They should.
Why can't we have one?
Right? Well, we can have a border. I mean, we can have it that way.
Did you know there's a wall around the Vatican?
I did know that. I don't think it's explicitly to keep out Hispanics, though. I also, though, wouldn't say I'm super informed on the presidential stuff.
F off. Thank you. What about Hillary Clinton?
You're great.
What do you think?
I support Hillary. I like Hillary. I like Bernie more, but I would vote for Hillary over Trump any day. I like Hillary. I like her ideas. For Hillary, I just want her to be a little bit more upfront and to be...
So honest?
Yeah.
Do you think she's a feminist?
Yeah, I think she's a feminist. She's doing something for women. I can't deny that, so...
How so? She takes money from Saudi Arabia. They make women cover themselves. They behead them in the streets. She covered for Bill Clinton's love affairs and threatened them with money.
Yes.
Is that a feminist?
No, that part is not a feminist. I think...
Maybe she's not a feminist then, you know? Besides the fact that a lot of feminism doesn't make a lot of sense. But on top of that, the fact is that she takes money from Saudi Arabia. So that's not exactly for women's rights, you know? Unless you want a burqa. Want to wear a burqa, stone women, just, you know, bury them up to their head and just stone them when they commit adultery. We can do that, you know? That's a good idea, I think, right? That's sort of feminist, right? You know? Stand up for Muslim. Feminists. Yes. Okay, let's keep going.
To see a woman as a front candidate for the presidency of the United States is always a big deal, so definitely a positive thing.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, Hillary kind of sucks. Let's just put it that way. I have another video I'll link up here where I basically expose Hillary Clinton. You can check out all the different people that mysteriously died around her and Bill Clinton. Lots of bodies, lots of big body counts, okay? Here we go. We have another interesting video. Politically correct culture enables radical Islam and why it is at war with patriotism. Check this out.
But we can say that about those groups. But for some reason, if we say it about radical Islam, then we're xenophobic, we're Islamophobic, we're racist, we're hateful, we're automatically KKK members because we're white and we can actually call something what it is.
I think political correctness has gotten just a little bit out of hand.
It needs to die.
It does. It really does. It's just gotten way too out of hand. Everybody is so offended with everything you say. It's getting to where everybody's going to have to learn how to speak sign language because everything you say, you're hurting somebody's feelings.
Yeah, this is so true. Anything and everything you can say can be construed as racist, particularly if you're talking about a minority group in any way, shape, or form. Islam is a minority group in America, so if anything that's being said about Islam is Islamophobic, it's racist, even though it has nothing to do with race. Islam is a religion. Or any type of other minority group. See, blacks can't be racist, but whites are always racist. This is kind of the whole political correct mantra. If you're in a majority group, you're already racist, you're already evil. If you're in a minority group, you have the race card. You can say whatever you want. And we're going to see a video in a second here of a woman who literally can say anything she wants because she's black. And she finally got kicked off Twitter after about 1,000 racist comments. Just the most hideous racist comments you've ever seen in your life. We're going to go over that in a minute here. But okay, this is kind of the idea. Let's just check out this video I'm talking about right now. All right.
Rapper Azealia Banks, who is currently the top trend on Twitter, is sexually harassing a 14-year-old girl on her Twitter account, targeting Skya Jackson, one of the stars of a Disney Channel show, who the demonic entity known as Azealia, she's also using the N-word. And when I say N-word, I don't say nigga. That's not the N-word. I'm talking about right here, N-I-G-G-E-R, and the second F-word. I'm not going to repeat it because my critics will take it out of context, but you can see it right here. It's the derogatory term for homosexuals. But of course, Twitter, most likely if they follow the pattern that they have been for years, will not suspend Azealia the Skank's account. If a white male were to use any similar language, or when they call feminists a word that rhymes with a witch, a lot of times their accounts are suspended for hate speech. But the liberal tyranny that we're living under now continues to enable people like Azealia Banks to threaten to have Sarah Palin raped by a gang of big burly black men. Check my previous video on that. So Azealia the Skank is Twitter beefing again, which is the only thing that she can do to get any attention, because her music is absolutely horrid. And so she has no talent at all other than just trolling people with her 500,000 or so followers. And so here she is tweeting to this poor 14-year-old girl, Skya Jackson. Your mom will be up in Disney's office sucking bleep for your next 4th lead role. I think that qualifies as sexual harassment, don't you? I mean, it's clearly harassment and of a sexual nature. So, I mean, if Azealia Banks thinks that that's wrong, I mean, we could talk about this in front of a jury, don't you think?
So basically, Azealia Banks can say whatever she wants, literally on Twitter. She calls Arabs sand, then the N-word. She calls gays the F word, which he already showed you earlier. And she also sexually harasses 14-year-olds. She gets away with all this stuff, but she finally got her account frozen after about doing 1,000 of these. But if a white dude would have done 1 or 2 of these, he would have had his account frozen immediately. Actually, for far less. I mean, that's really the case. It really is the case. And this is the thing I'm talking about. This is the political correct factor. If you're a minority, you can say whatever you want. And who's doing this? Who's in charge? We're talking about white liberals who own Twitter, who think that black people shouldn't be held to the same standard as white people because they think lower of black people than they do of white people. And for some reason, nobody sees this. So in reality, they're showing the racism by thinking black people can't be held to the same standard that white people can be held to. Isn't that interesting?